Bu Elis, karena kita memang waktunya sangat terbatas, jadi sebenarnya kalau mau mengupas itu masih further next gitu ya, for the next. Okay, the third presentation I would like to introduce is Mrs. Darsita Suparno from UIN Syarif Hidayatullah. The issue is about cross-cultural and linguistic boundaries.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The time is yours. Monggo, Bu.
Yeah, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to say thank you for coming to our presentation today. It's great to see you all. In the study, This is the only example of cultural shocks. This is the that we can only example of cultural shocks. This is the the example. This is the other example. Examples. Other example. Examples. Other example. Examples. Other example. Examples. Other example. Cultural shocks are criminal act, sexual harassment, and undisciplined behavior. You see how many examples we'll show you, but look at the picture first. And another cause of cultural shocks, the differences between languages of Acehnese and the refugee. Some of refugees say Bangla language and Aceh speaks Aceh languages. Then they couldn't communicate each other. This is the example of undisciplined act, such as DAB sembarangan, why Aceh people become angry to them. We analyze this phenomena from first semiotic triangle. Referring to the research question number of the analysis semiosis process, which is stated in this research, objective number, first investigating the semiosis process of Acehnese social customary symbol violated by Rohingya refugee, namely refugee who do not obey the norm and custom of the local community, such as open defecation. Acehnese people have a culture of abstinence, one of which toh huntir lam kawan rame, which means forbidden to be happy in front of the public. The speech symbol is interpreted as discipline to throw the hajat in its place. This research found 41 traditional symbols owned by Aceh people that need to be known by everyone who comes to there to complete the norm and custom, so that there are harmonious language and cultural boundaries. The second result of the study found the differences in the languages of Acehnese ethnicity speaking Indonesian and Acehnese with Bangladesh speaking Rohingya ethnicities. Based on the data from the language unit, 70 basic words were found in Indonesia, Acehnese, and Bangla that weren't cognate, and the sense that there were no similar words from the three languages in the term of sound, form, and meaning. These differences reveal a very significant communication barrier, so that in communicating only sign language is used. Based on the finding number 2, the study found the phenomenon of culture shock experienced by Acehnese people when the arrival of Rohingya refugees, including differences of language, differences in behavior, character, and there are the basis trait between the two language community in context each other socially. This research is limited to comparative linguistic research integrated with socio-linguistic, namely language and culture shock. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bu Darsita, for your informative presentation. Next, Miss Bu Elis.
Okay, thank you Mbak Bunga. Bu Darsita, Assalamualaikum. Yeah, very nice to see you. And I found your research is a very interesting research. Yeah, because it is very actual in the context of Acehnes community, and also related to the human right, international human right. Um, that one of them stated related to the right to get the what is it? Ya, perlindungan ya in bahasa Indonesia. Yeah. So I want only to give some note in this plan of article, but before that I have one question, Bu Darsita. Do you have decided which journal that you want to submit your article for?
Oh, no.
No, yeah. So it's best for you if you consider to send it to the journal. You must find which journal that appropriate for your article. You may find it in DOAJ, or you may first find out in Google Scholar and translate it first into English in order to make you easier to find out which journal that will be most appropriate to your article. And then you may consider to bring out the big theme of your article into the link of Simago, yeah, SGR. And write down the big theme there, and Simago will show you which journal that will be fit for your article. So please find one and then see all the content of the web of the journal, the author guideline, and then the aim and scope. For example, if we underline by the word in your article, melintasi batas budaya dan bahasa, maybe it can be come to the umbrella of intercultural understanding, maybe, or the other, or linguistic or culture, it may be, yeah. But
Cross-culture, ma'am?
Cross-cultural understanding.
Yes, cross-culture.
Okay. Yes. So you may write down cross-culture understanding in
Yes.
the SJR, and
Sure.
you will find the fit journal to your article. And then please take all of the web in the journal, whether the aim and scope and also the author guideline. So you must follow the author guideline of that journal. And also important to consider the APC of the journal. Yeah. What is APC? Article Processing Charts. Yeah. And if you choose Sage, for example, Sage Open, for example, it nearly 50 million for each article. Yeah. And you must consider.
$200.
Yeah. Don't make a step forward if you haven't get the information about the APC, because if you go forward and then finally you get the APC is very high. Meanwhile, it is not for the professorial. It is only for publishing our article. So it is not too beneficial for you. Except you have the supporting fund institution. For example, UIN Jakarta support you by 50 million, for example. I think that is very important.
Thank you.
Yeah. And the second point related to the title, melintasi batas budaya dan bahasa, refleksi masyarakat Muslim Aceh terhadap kedatangan pengungsi Rohingya. Methodologically, we can find from this article that the article is field study.
Field?
Field study. So you
Yeah.
directly immediately go on to the locus of the study.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you will search what kind of the wording items of the society member related to the the attendance of the Rohingya pengungsi. That is implication of the
Thank you.
title. But I found here, yes, it is okay for with study and
Your voice I couldn't hear.
okay. How about here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah. Sometime technical obstacle coming for us. Yeah. It is okay if you go to the field and find
Yeah.
out the kind of semiotic problem among the Aicis and the Rohingya people.
Yeah.
But I found here you use also media in your method. You may choose one of them. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
choose media, I think choose media only, and you
Yeah.
you may use the method of ethnography, for example,
Sure.
ethnography internet. So and it is possible to confirm the content of the media into the person there. But the first and the primary data is from media. So it is impossible for us to do the research on in one's time to media and also to the field. That is something that you may consider too, Ibu. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay, that is based on the method. And then you also must have the clear building of the article. It must be start from the introduction. Yeah, you start by conflict, not by the interrelation of the coming of Rohingya to Aceh. It is too far, I think. Because if you start by conflict, so the process and the subject of the research is on the conflict. Okay, we may also have the conclusion that conflict also related to the word that we speak of. What is the word that we use in the in our conversation? But I think it is not there. So it is better to go directly to the condition on which Acehnes and Rohingya have the relation. Yeah. And also one point, hopefully Ibu accompany with us since of the start of this session. So what I told to Mas Ali and Mas Imam, also it is from on YouTube. How to make a strong introduction, for example. The first paragraph is the foundation of the image of the article. How we master the problem, for example. So if we want to underline the inter-community relation, so we start from that same, not the other. So you will get deeper and deeper by your explanation. So for example, you may take the first statement by
Conflict.
not conflict. If conflict, so
Relation between
the relation, so the intercultural communication. Yeah, how Acehnes respond to Rohingya, but in the corridor of intercultural communication. Yeah. Intercultural communication, for example, is something complicated. Now, for example, for the statement, first statement, we use that. So we give the explanation about that. Why that? And you may get into the problem in Acehnes. So the problem like you show in your data, I think you can cite it in the first paragraph. And finally, you can make a conclusion that intercultural communication is something crucial, and it may raise a conflict between the community in the context, for example. And then the second paragraph, you may get your article into academical word. So literature word must be there. A study of interreligious communication done by many researchers. For example, blah, blah, blah. You may take several to make that. Factually, there are researchers did the research. So we can get the image about the article. The author is very strong in their knowledge about the interreligious communication, and then also in academical review. And then paragraph 3, don't be only 2 paragraphs for introduction. Paragraph 3 must express the problem there.
Express the problem.
Yeah, express the problem. What is the real problem on the time of the combining of Acehnes and Rohingya? Yeah, that is the factual data. And then based on the data, you may arrange the question. What is the question factually? Yeah, and the question must be structured based on 3 levels. Descriptive question. So the question is what? What are? So you may mention 1, 2, 3. And then the second question is analytic question. Why that? So the
first question is description.
The first description must be, and the second is analysis, analytic. The word the question of why. So we know the reason why that problem come out. And the third is transformative question or implicative. That is, I think, that is the basic for the question in our article. Yeah, and then that is finished. So you have the question, and then also the assumption of the question must be attached in the introduction. And then you write here debate on literature. I think in article it is stated literature review, I think. And literature review, it is not enough for only 1 or 2 paragraph, but it is best to write down based on the keyword in our title. Yeah. So 1, for example, intercultural communication. Second, Acehnes or whatever. Yeah. And then the third, we must say that we must check the title in order to find out what are the keyword of the title, in order to state it also the themes or the subject in the literature review. Yeah. Yeah. For example, melintasi batas sosial budaya dan bahasa. Nah, if we translate it into English, so intercultural communication, for example, and then Muslim Acehnes society, and then pengungsi Rohingya, for example. That is the 3 keywords. So the 3 keywords must be reviewed in literature. At least 5 journal you must attach in each of the theme. And then, okay, uh, it is not usual for the journal to take purpose of the study, because purpose of the study may be attached in the introduction. Yeah. And then method. Yeah, method. This is that something make me confused. You may start the method by the reason why you do this research. Why? And then the second point, the design of the research. Yeah.
The design of the research.
Yes, the design of the
Second.
yeah. What is the method, and what is the kind of the research, and then what is the approach, for example. And the third part is the source of the research. If we said that it is qualitative research, and the kind is ethnography, so the source is media. You may state what kind of media. Is YouTube or whatever. Yeah, that is all. And then the way, finish, the way you find out the data. Yeah.
Would
And
you,
yeah.
the source of the research,
Yeah.
ethnography, media, and what? Another?
Media, the kind of media. You said
The
that
kind
you,
of media,
yeah.
ethnography, and
No. The kind is ethnography. So the word,
ethnography.
yeah, yes,
Good.
ethnography.
Ethnography.
Yeah, so you find out here in the platform of YouTube, etc.
Yes.
And if you find you state that your source is YouTube, so you may attach the link of the YouTube. Yeah, for example, yeah. Okay, and then if you need the confirmation, so that is the additional point in your method. Yeah, but the primary source is the media itself. So it is impossible to do in one time, to ask to the informant, and also you check to the YouTube. It is impossible. You may choose one. You see in the field or only in the media. In the media, you must check out in the field too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I say I get the data, the language data,
Yeah.
from informant, the view, from the viewer.
Yeah. If you get the data from informant, so you see in the locus of the study.
The locus of the study.
So you may make two research by media and also inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it is only a small part of my comment, because I have so much comment factually, but yeah, how can Mbak Bunga? Yeah, I'm ready to review your article if you consider the journal first. Please let me know if you consider the journal. So I will check your article according to the journal guideline. Okay?
Okay, the last but not least, Pak Suheri, are you ready to presenting your? Okay. The fourth speaker is Mr. Suheri from CRCS Universitas Gadjah Mada. The presentation about a contested freedom of religion or belief under the majority power, the dynamics of Syiah community in Indonesia. Okay, time is yours, Pak Suheri.
Okay, thank you. Is my voice clear?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm reading my PPT from the computer. Okay, thank you so much for this opportunity. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Suheri. I'm from Center for Language and Cross-Cultural Studies, Kacamata University, Indonesia. So in this event or in this international conference, I will deliver my paper entitled Contested for Freedom of Religion or Belief under the Majority Power, the Dynamic of Shia Community in Indonesia. Next slide, please. Okay, let's jump to the introduction. So we know Indonesia is a country that is not officially affiliated with any particular religion. However, the legal system in the country reflects an environment in which Islam dominates all sectors. One of the effects is the categorization of non-Muslim as deviant groups, which raises issue of majority-minority relation. The blasphemy law is a prime example that it has been used to safeguard the dominant religion. As a result, it has been instrumental in the marginalization of minority group. As illustrated by the Shia group in Indonesia, they are subjected to numerous negative impacts, including violent attack, burning homes, and Islamic burning home and Islamic burning house, and also stone throwing at religious site, and even being banned from practicing their religious belief. Next slide, please. So this paper aimed to enhance the field of majority-minority issues by examining the complex predicament about the Shia case, resulting in a severe range of freedom of religion or belief, or alternatively building an action in interreligious dialogue. So this study argued that marginalization is a social construct rooted in the interests of the dominant group, which seek to sustain control in ever-changing condition. And study used library research and qualitative method with historical approach to analyze and synthesize findings. And the data for this article is primarily sourced from the literature such as journal, books, and algorithm. On the other hand, the secondary data is derived from the other significant material to support its part of this research. Next slide, please. Okay, let's jump to the first finding in this research. So the first one is related to the interwoven Shia issue at the national and international level. So the persecution of Shia in Indonesia escalated during Suharto era, which related to a shift in global, national, and local political dynamic. So the sectarian conflict in Indonesia directly result from the influence of the Middle Eastern agenda. For instance, the Indonesia Islamic Propaganda Council (WII) has been actively promoting the idea of Arabs. In the 1960s and 1970s, this organization opposed the socialist idea of Gamal Abdel Nasser, which focused on eliminating communism in Indonesia. Furthermore, they faced a new challenge during the Iranian Revolution, which strengthened the stability of Saudi Arabia's supremacy in Indonesia. This organization took strategic actions such as partnering with various charity organizations to counter Iranian influence and promote anti-Shia discourse. At the national level, next slide please. At the national level, the Suharto government was strengthened by Ayatollah Khomeini revolution in 1970. So it strengthened the stability of Suharto regime for the potential revolution among Indonesian Muslims, particularly for Indonesian students who hope for an Islamic revival. So to address this concern, the government implemented two strategic agendas. First, supporting the anti-Shia discourse propaganda in several Saudi Arabia foundations, and second, attempting to control Indonesian Ulama Council (MUI) by highlighting differences between Sunni and Shia and creating a fatwa against Shia ideology. Next slide, please. So the second finding in this research is coming in the establishing power through Indonesian Ulama Council or MUI. So MUI is institution established by Suharto in 1975 to solve the issues associated with communism. MUI is an example of how religious authority can be a tool to protect government power. So the fatwa issued by MUI holds significant weight in shaping public morality and legislation. So there are like a significant shift in the role of MUI previously, MI focused on protecting Pancasila as a foundation of pluralism, but in the other hand, MI protest changed and started following Islamic hegemony. And this shift marked a turning point of MUI critique pluralist idea in Indonesia. So the rejection of pluralism has increased in the blasphemy cases in which MUI combined the concept of blasphemy and pluralism, often leading to an accusation of defamation against those who differ from Sunni belief, such as Shia and Ahmadi group in Indonesia. Relating to this discussion, Foucault stated that the distinction to affirm its commonwealth identity and differentiate itself from other social identities, which remain the normalization pattern. So the categorization of individual as either inside or outside Islam, as defined by MUI, become a normalization pattern and have significant social implication. And the state also recognized this authority of the MUI, and there is support for this organization from both government and Islamic groups. Okay, next slide, please. The third finding in this research is coming in the debate between Islamic organization, pluralist versus conservative. So the existence of Shia has been negatively impacted by conservative Islamic organization, including Nahdlatul Ulama or NU, despite being a prominent organization that promotes religious pluralism and tolerance. It was influenced by Abdurrahman Wahid al-Gus Dur. There has been a rise in discriminatory practice against Shia group by individuals associated with NU in West and East Java. The pluralistic philosophy by Gustur created a lively debate within NU. One of the Gustur beliefs of Shia was that NU shared similarities. He pointed out that certain religious practices were similar to those of Shia, such as pilgrimage to the previous NU culture. And in other hand, some religious leaders disagree with Gustur's belief that Shia group was distinct from NU. And other members also state that Shia group advocate for is not advocate tolerance and oppose labeling those with different akidah and as a non-believer. So anti-Shia discourse become a crucial in maintaining social acceptance within Sunni community. Anti-Shia discourse inspired in 1990s by conservative Nahdlatul Ulama, Salafis, and Reformists, including Aicis, Al-Irshad, and Muhammadiyah. Next slide, please. The fourth one is the red line of majority power. So the limitation of freedom of religion or belief in Indonesia encounter claim to protect public order, in which government apparatus argue that this is a strategy to avoid disorder chaos. No clear relationship emerged between limitation and general thought. So the case of Shia and Sunni is an intelligible example of how the majority group utilized power to create momentum to differentiate from the minority as a machine to develop dehumanizing action. So this issue appear on the study of freedom of thought on science and on religion in ASEAN argue that there is a challenge to the concept of human rights in Indonesia and how Indonesian government always prioritize the right of the majority group to maintain public order. So it contributes to the Sunni Shia that's becoming unfinished conflict. And also there are like a three group Shia group in Indonesia. The first one is further of the Aicis, and the second one is Saudi-oriented Salafis, and the third one is some conservative Nahdlatul Ulama. And in this narrative, there are like a negative narrative construction to image the Shia group, specifically to domestic issues. The first one is the Shia group are framed for committing a criminal act and can disrupt public order. And the second one is some prominent religious figure perceive Shia sympathizer as weakening the value of Sunni group. And the third one is many scholars from Paris isolation construct a conception that there are many differences between Sunni and Shia group. Thus, the limitation of freedom of religion or belief in Indonesia refer to the morality sourced from the strategic value, which are not neutral and directly strengthen orthodoxy. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, let's jump to one of example in the Sunni Shia cases in Indonesia is the complexity of sectarian issues in Tanjung Muruk case. So this cases is not in one particularly mentioned, but it is related from the social economic issues, family issues, and local authority interests, and also national political issues. So these cases is not stand in the one issues, but also related with another issues and support this case to become vital in Indonesia. For instance, in social economic issues, Ajumulu became a target anti-Shia sentiment when he became a very influential preacher in Sampang, Madura. It became a boomerang because some local ulama lost their power. One of the economic issues appeared in this case when Tajumulu changed the poverty and financial income from several Kia in Madura. So this is like one factor that's increased the job markets in Indonesia. Okay, next slide please. Okay, let's jump to the another side between the Sunni Shia cases in Indonesia about the alternative action communal coexistence. So there are different stories about the inter-religious relation in Wonosobo, in which Shia, Ahmadi, Islam, Abu Dhabi, and some followers of Christianity, Buddhism, and indigenous religion, in which peacefully with a majority group of Muslim occurred for quite a long time. So it is a factual action by Khalif Ali, local leader of NU in Wonosobo region. He stated that religious minority are Indonesian citizens protected by Indonesian constitution. Hence, every activity must be perceived. Arif emphasized that no person, political party, and even religious group in this country has the privilege to eliminate fundamental right of citizenship. So this statement is directly supported by the Article 19 of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, which stated that religion is protected by international human rights law. And in relation perspective from the Brett Scrub, he emphasized that the chapter based equality for everyone is an element of freedom, justice, and peace in the world. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, let's jump to the conclusion. So this study found that marginalization is a social construct that arises from the interests of the dominant group in society seeking to maintain control and dynamic condition. In some instances, violence toward a particular group can become a form of active chapter, even embrace. This phenomenon is evident in the long-standing Sunni-Shia conflict, which has persisted for centuries and continue to be shaped by global, national, and local political dynamics. So this ideology struggle represent an ongoing resolved conflict that all sectors continue to perpetuate, framing the issue within the political of majority and minority. On the other hand, Khalif Arif as a chairman of PNU in Wonosobo demonstrate a belief that religious minorities are indeed citizens of Indonesian nation. So this then is significant in its potential to mitigate sectarian conflict, as it is underscored the principle that no individual or group hold the authority to strip away the right that belong to all human beings. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you Pak Suheri for the engaging presentation. Without further ado, Bu Alice, time is yours.
Thank you. How long, Mbak? Only 5 minutes, Mas Heri. I'm sorry. Yeah, because you get the last turn in this session, so I have only 5 minutes to give the comment on your article. And unfortunately, because I don't get the full of your article, but I follow your.
Or any question? No?
No, thank you so much, Alice.
Okay.
No.
Okay, thank you for all speakers. Now it's time for general discussion. There is no question on Zoom, right? No? Okay. Is there who want to give question for all speaker? No? No, okay. Okay. Because there's no question, thank you to all speakers, discussant, and participant for attending this session. We welcome you to visit our next parallel session, which commences from 3 until 5 p.m. or we will see you in tomorrow parallel session, or we will see you in the Aicis next year. Finally, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera, salam swastiastu, namo buddhaya. Terima kasih semuanya atas kerjasamanya.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Miss Ida. Miss Ida.
Gimana Bu Darsita?
Ingin bertanya, apa sertifikat itu dapat linknya di mana ya?
Oh, sertifikat link. Mungkin nanti dikasih tahu panitia atau nanti tanyakan di grup ya Bu, saya tanyakan panitia.
Oh iya, siap,
Ya,
siap.
gengge,
Karena
terima kasih.
kami semua grupnya itu kan terdiri dari beberapa orang hadir semua.
Oh gitu, oh ya.
Ya.
Enggak
Jadi
apa-apa, nanti
kami
saya
perlu.
tanyakan untuk panitia untuk papeling juga Bu. Terima kasih Bu
Iya,
Darsita.
terima kasih Bu Ida.
Iya, sama-sama.
Rec-